The 2025 The Fact Music Awards, TMA, delivered more than just trophies. It sent shockwaves across the K-pop landscape. Kim Seokjin, better known as Jin of BTS, clinched the Fan and Star Choice Solo Award, marking his most powerful solo achievement yet. But beyond the confetti and applause lies a pressing question echoing through the fandom. Is this the beginning of Jin's era as a truly independent force in the industry? This marks Jin's first major solo accolade since completing his military service in June 2024, and the symbolism couldn't be stronger. It's not just a win, it's a statement. With BTS on temporary hiatus as other members complete enlistment, Jin has emerged as the face of resilience and reinvention. His release of Happy in November 2024 and Echo in May 2025 weren't mere placeholders. They were seismic shifts, hinting at a transformation long in the making. The timing is as poetic as it is strategic. As Jin accepted his award, absent of fellow BTS members on stage, fans noticed something different. No group fanfare, no familiar chorus of voices. Just Jin, stoic, shining, and unmistakably alone. It was a moment that felt less like a continuation and more like a brand new beginning. Many armies are calling this Jin's solo renaissance. His ability to command global attention, break streaming records, and inspire frenzied fan voting without the traditional promotion machine backing him up is virtually unprecedented. I'll Be There, the heartfelt ballad from Echo, recently surpassed 200 million streams on Spotify, a feat once thought impossible for a non-title track from a BTS member's solo catalog. Fans flooded X, formerly Twitter, with tributes and emotional reactions. The hashtag Jin wins alone trended worldwide, while others speculated on what this win could mean for BTS's group dynamics in 2026. He's not just proving his worth. One viral fan post read, "He's redefining it." What makes this shift even more intriguing is Jin's subtle handling of it all. There were no grand speeches, no cryptic posts, no flamboyant fashion statements, only grace and quiet power. In fact, during the backstage interview, when asked what the award meant to him, Jin simply replied, "It's a reminder that even when I'm alone, I'm never really alone. Army is with me." That line hit like an anthem. Industry analysts aren't surprised by Jin's strategic solo rise. Some even argue it was inevitable. As the eldest BTS member, and often dubbed the group's underrated vocal gem, Jin has long played the role of silent strength. But now, silence is no longer part of his narrative. He's loud in charts, dominant in digital sales, and thunderous in his artistic choices. Even more telling is the absence of any mention of a group comeback during his acceptance moment. While fans eagerly await BTS's full return in spring 2026, many wonder if Jin's path will remain parallel rather than converging. Could we be witnessing the natural evolution of an artist whose voice was too big to remain in harmony? Whatever the case, this win at the TMA isn't just a trophy on a shelf. It's a line in the sand. Jin isn't just back, he's blazing forward, and the world is watching. As the K-pop world adjusts to the new normal of post-enlistment solo careers, Jin's recent triumph at the 2025 The Fact Music Awards is prompting more than celebration. It's stirring deep reflection among fans, media, and insiders alike. What does it mean for one of the most iconic members of BTS to find greater traction alone than many industry veterans do with full agency push behind them? Behind the polished photos and acceptance speech, insiders have begun whispering about what they call the Seokjin shift, a term coined to describe the quiet yet seismic change happening in HYBE's internal dynamics. Sources close to the label claim that executives were genuinely surprised by the scale of Jin's global fan mobilization. Despite relatively low promotional activity compared to pre-military releases from other members, Jin's solo work dominated charts, raked in revenue, and, most importantly, built momentum completely on authentic fan support. This grassroots success is precisely what has critics and strategists talking. No viral TikTok challenge.
No scandal.
No guest features from Western stars. Jin's achievements stem from a pure connection to his artistry and long-standing relationship with ARMY. A relationship forged over a decade, nurtured in silence during his military absence, and now resurrected in powerful form. Notably, HYBE CEO Bang Si-hyuk was among the first to publicly congratulate Jin on his TMA solo win via Weverse, calling him a pillar of creative excellence and an inspiration for all artists returning from service. But fans quickly picked up on the tone. It wasn't just congratulatory, it sounded like admiration, almost reverent. As if Bang himself was recognizing a force even the company couldn't fully predict, the question now arises, is HYBE ready to shift its focus to prioritize solo development, particularly for Jin, according to K-pop insider Han Jae-hyun, who appeared on SBS's pop culture segment this morning. Jin's win has redefined how labels view military-returned idols. He's a blueprint now. It's not about survival after enlistment, it's about dominance. And he's proving it. The echo effect, as it's being dubbed by fans, is also extending beyond TMA. Music journalists in Korea and Japan note that Jin's single Echo from his second EP is climbing back into regional charts nearly 4 months post-release, a rare feat for a slow-tempo ballad. Meanwhile, Happy, his November 2024 EP, has crossed the 300,000 album equivalent units globally, a massive benchmark for a Korean soloist post-discharged at IN London. His performance at the O2 Arena continues to be cited as one of the top-selling solo concerts by an Asian artist in 2025. And let's not forget the impact of his Gucci ambassadorship, which blends luxury branding with musical credibility, turning Jin into a global cultural symbol, not just an idol. But amid all this noise, Jin remains eerily quiet and oh drama.
No overpromoción.
No late-night lives. Just carefully released content, rare but meaningful interactions, and music that feels deeply intentional. For fans, this stoicism isn't new. It's Jin. But for the industry, it's a new kind of threat, a soft-spoken storm. While fans continue to celebrate Jin's solo moment, there's an underlying uncertainty that shadows the joy. Will this momentum shift the group's dynamic permanently? Could Jin continue his journey on a slightly divergent path even after BTS's highly anticipated 2026 reunion? Some armies remain hopeful for an all-out group revival, believing that Jin's solo wins only elevate the group's eventual comeback. Others, however, believe this may be the beginning of a deeper transformation, where each BTS member, including Jin, becomes a legendary solo act in his own right, connected by history, not dependency. Jin, true to form, hasn't addressed this tension directly. But his recent actions, attending industry events alone, releasing intimate vlogs from his studio, and recording songs with minimal features, paint a picture of a man who is perfectly at ease standing alone under the spotlight. And maybe that's the most powerful message of all. In an industry where agency involvement often dictates the trajectory of an artist's success. Jin's organic rise to solo acclaim has forced a rare and public response from HYBE's founder and chairman, Bang Si-hyuk. While his Weverse congratulatory post may have appeared standard to the casual observer, industry analysts point out that the timing, tone, and subtext suggest a recalibration happening within the highest ranks of big hit music. Bang Si-hyuk wrote, "Jin's win is not just a personal milestone, but a message to the industry. Consistency, humility, and artistry still reign." That message has been dissected by pop culture commentators, some of whom believe it was as much a nod to investors and internal stakeholders as it was a celebration of Jin. And it's not just words. According to a leaked internal memo reported by Korean outlet Dispatch Biz, HYBE has greenlit a new sublabel within Big Hit Music, rumored to focus exclusively on nurturing long-term solo careers for established artists. While no names were officially mentioned, sources claim this label is being structured around Jin's vision and branding, with an emphasis on emotive storytelling, minimalist promotion, and deep fan engagement. Financial analysts covering HYBE have already begun adjusting their forecasts, with several firms revising 2025 Q4 projections upward, citing Jin's unexpected post-military commercial boom. According to John Suman, senior media analyst at K-Equity Partners, Jin has defied every expectation. His numbers resemble those of a full group release. It's more than a fan phenomenon, it's a structural shift. Bang's personal interest in Jin's path is not entirely surprising. Longtime fans may recall that Jin was originally handpicked by Bang for his unique tone and natural charisma, even before formal training. Their relationship, though professional, has always been underscored by mutual trust and creative freedom. Now, more than ever, it seems Bang is willing to go further, not only to support Jin's growth, but to model an entirely new paradigm for post-group idol careers. A space where members like Jin don't just return after military service, but redefine what legacy looks like.